Hey guys, Thunder E here, and welcome to my review of The Get Down. Now, The Get Down is a brand new series on Netflix, and it's all about hip hop culture and hip hop history. It's not historically factual; it is kind of fictional historical because it takes place in the 70s. A lot of things that happened around the 70s then, especially hip hop, and also in New York at that time, it basically factors into the show. Now, the show revolves around a bunch of kids. Mostly two kids in general. Yeah, we've got one kid named Ezekiel and one kid named Marlene, who get into the music industry. Marlene is a great singer in the show, and she wants to sing disco. Meanwhile, Ezekiel is this kid who basically likes Marlene, but is kind of lost, but he knows how to write. I mean, he's a wordsmith. He knows how to write well, and he can lyricize, all that kind of stuff here. But what's cool about this show is that this show is all about how hip hop kind of started. Now, I'm not saying hip hop started exactly this way because it's not really factual, but a lot of things are there. You've got Grandmaster Flash in the show. You've got his apprentice, of course, who's fictional. I've forgotten his name now again. Shaolin Fantastic. Yes, Shaolin Fantastic. And he starts this crew, which is called the Get Down. They initially called the Fantastic 4+1. So there's some comic book stuff in there. There's hip hop. I mean, the rhymes that they spit in this show is better than half of the crap you hear right now. I mean, which is absolutely, I mean, they do a really good job in laying just like some nice old school tracks around the whole show. Each episode, you get a track laid down by Nas, even though Nas is not in the show, but he actually basically raps each at the beginning of each episode. There's someone else who pretends to be him, or at least who basically is rapping the lines that Nas is saying. It's kind of telling you the story as a breakdown from where some of the characters go. Now, the backdrop, of course, is New York in the 70s. It just takes place in the Bronx, and in the middle of this, Black and Hispanic community, and the kind of stuff that goes around that. I mean, I'm glad I was not in New York then, because things were kind of bad. I mean, had blackouts in the 70s. You had, of course, high unemployment, all these things that were going on. There's also the whole graffiti movement. You get that in there. Now, the show also stars Jaden Smith. This is one of the better roles I've seen him in a couple of years, and he does a really good job. He's got a smaller role in the show, but he still does a good job at just playing that supporting character, and you might take you a while to realize he's actually in the show, because he does a good job of just not playing himself, which is a good thing. All the supporting characters are good. They had some really just good supporting moments here. You had Marlene and her friends. Her girlfriends played that really a very classic girlfriend role. You had Ezekiel and his boys with Shaolin Fantastic, and forming their own group, which becomes the Get Down, and the kind of rhymes they spit and drop. You also have Jimmy Smith, who plays this political leader in the Bronx, and you have all these people playing dual roles. The thing about the show is that everybody has dual objectives. So the things they love to do, especially when it comes to music, with people like Ezekiel and Marlene and Shaolin Fantastic, and then there are the things they need to do to succeed in life. So you've got Ezekiel doing something else, more politically inclined, that's away from his music. You've got Shaolin Fantastic doing something else that's more criminally inclined, away from his music. Even Marlene has alternative motives too. So everybody has alternative motives, and it's not a clear-cut world, which is what I like about the show. Nothing is straightforward. Nothing says, oh, this is just the way it's supposed to be. This show basically sets a lot of background for you. These characters have a lot. Now, it's only 6 episodes right now. The other 6 episodes are going to come in 2017, which is a bummer, because they are put in so many situations where you think they will fail, but they actually find ways around. It's all about hustle, really. The show really shows hustle hard and how hip hop kind of started, like how people started sampling stuff. And it was great because I actually saw an interview with Grandmaster Flash, and he was talking about sampling, and he started playing tracks that you heard, songs from Jay-Z, Nas, as well as Notorious B.I.G., that they all sampled songs from the 70s, and he calls the 70s one of the greatest eras of music because so many people sample from that. So you kind of get some of that history in there in this show, and it does a really good job at it. Cool most about the show is some of the executive producers on the show are Grandmaster Flash, Nas and George Nelson. So people who are involved in hip hop, people who knew the era. Grandmaster Flash, one of the first DJs to actually spin and basically cut samples from two LPs and a mixer, and that's it. You couldn't save it, you couldn't store it, you just had to mark. I mean, it's really good stuff. You just have to watch this show. This is another solid show from Netflix, and I have to say though that if you don't know anything about the hip hop culture, this is a great way to actually get some insight into it. If you're looking for a cool show that has just really different dynamics in terms of personalities, clashes, ulterior motives and functions, this show does it very, very well. I can't wait to see more. I wish there were more episodes first, like actually giving me 10. They're giving me 10 again, but Netflix is trying to split things up differently this time. I have to say that I definitely enjoyed it, and I think you guys should definitely check The Get Down on Netflix. So if you have any questions or any comments, let us know. Otherwise, don't forget to like and share this video, favorite this video, do subscribe to the channel, and always enjoy your entertainment.